Good morning dear students. In this video we will discuss chemical properties of carbon dioxide. Physical properties of carbon dioxide we have already discussed. So the first chemical property of the carbon dioxide is combustibility. Carbon dioxide is neither combustible nor it supports combustion. Things stop burning in the atmosphere of carbon dioxide. This is the theory behind use of fire extinguishers that produce carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide being heavy settles around the burning thing, and as a result, due to lack of oxygen, the combustible material get extinguished. Second property is action on litmus paper. Carbon dioxide is slightly acidic. I told you physical property that is colorless, odorless but not tasteless. It has slight acidic or sour taste because it is acidic by nature. It is acidic by nature because when it dissolves in water of your tongue, in case you taste it. Otherwise, we take moist litmus paper or solution of the carbon dioxide. In that case, it combines with carbon dioxide, water combines with carbon dioxide to form H2CO3, carbonic acid. Carbonic acid is a weak acid. But it is an acid. So if we take a gas jar containing carbon dioxide and drop into it a litmus paper which is moist, then what will happen? As it is acidic, so it will convert blue litmus paper red, and if we drop litmus paper red litmus paper only, then no color change will be shown because you know litmus turns blue in basic and red in acidic. Carbon dioxide being acidic, if we shift the lid away and drop moist blue litmus paper, then it will turn red, showing that carbon dioxide is acidic by nature. Let's come to third chemical property which we have already discussed, reaction with water. Carbon dioxide dissolves in water to form carbonic acid H2CO3. Being acid, just like other acids, it reacts with bases and alkalis to form salt and water. So let's come with fourth chemical property of carbon dioxide, reaction with alkalis. As we were already discussing that alkalis, as you know, react with acids to form salt and water. So if we take an alkali like NaOH, then carbon dioxide will react in the water of the alkali because alkali is already having water, because alkali mean only bases dissolved in water or basic oxide dissolved in water. So NaOH is already having water, carbon dioxide reacts with it to form salt, Na2CO3 plus H2. Say salt and water. You know when a base and acid react, then the salt is formed from the positive radical of the base and negative of the acid. Carbon dioxide is acidic, but when it becomes acid by dissolving in water, then which negative radical it gives? Carbonate. Therefore, the salt will be sodium carbonate. If in case we take KOH at the base of it, then same reaction will happen and the salt will be potassium carbonate. As the acid is or acidic substance, carbon dioxide is same, so negative radical will stay carbonate only. If we take calcium hydroxide at the base of it, then water will be the same, but here the product will be calcium carbonate. It means CaCO3 and H2. So when alkalis react with carbon dioxide, they form salt and water because carbon dioxide is acidic and alkali means bases dissolved in water. If carbon dioxide let's come to next chemical property, reaction with metals. Not many metals will react with carbon dioxide, but active metal like magnesium, if it is already burning, then it can continue burning in the carbon dioxide because due to the extreme heat produced by burning of magnesium, because burning of everything is an exothermic reaction. So burning of magnesium is also an exothermic reaction, and magnesium breaks down carbon dioxide molecule into carbon monoxide and oxygen, and the oxygen so separated, means this is separate reaction. Carbon monoxide due to the heat produced by burning of magnesium breaks down into CO plus O, and that O helps magnesium to continue burning when it is already burning, and it forms magnesium oxide plus CO. Take it like this. If this is a gas jar containing CO2 and a burning ribbon of magnesium is dropped into it, then magnesium or anything burns in oxygen only. But as the burning ribbon is dropped over here, due to the heat of the produced by the burning of magnesium, the carbon dioxide, some of the carbon dioxide molecule will decompose to free oxygen, and that oxygen can support magnesium ribbon to continue burning for some time. So carbon monoxide plus oxygen, this is side reaction, not to be shown. The reaction is this: Mg plus CO2, MgO plus CO2. But if you take not burning magnesium ribbon and drop into carbon dioxide, then it will not burn. It can continue burning because I told carbon dioxide will decompose to give carbon monoxide and oxygen, and that oxygen can support magnesium ribbon burning for some time. I hope you are understanding. Let's go to reaction with non-metals. Carbon dioxide reacts with coke or carbon to form carbon monoxide, 2CO, CO2 plus C, 2C. It happens when coke is very hot. It is red hot coke. At that high temperature, the same thing will happen that in the case of magnesium also it happened. Carbon dioxide will break to carbon monoxide and oxygen, and that oxygen will combine with coke to form carbon monoxide. Then we come to next reaction with metallic oxides. Metallic oxides are mostly basic oxides. So when a basic oxide will react with the acidic gas, that is carbon dioxide, in that case it will form salt. So have a look at, suppose it is Na2O plus CO2, then Na2CO3. So basic oxides which are metallic oxides. So metallic oxides are basic by nature, that's why basic oxides are written. If metallic oxides are basic by nature, then they react with carbon dioxide to form salt. If the same basic oxide is soluble in water to form alkali, as we have already discussed, then what is the difference between Na2 and NaOH? Na2 is not having water, NaOH is having water. So if it reacts with carbon dioxide, then what will happen? Salt and the same water which was already present with NaOH. So if it is not having water, then no water is formed later. But you take it like this. This is also an example of neutralization reaction only. But as you are told, an acidic and basic substance react together to form salt and water, and the reaction is said to be neutralization reaction. So reaction of carbon dioxide with alkali is an example of neutralization reaction. How can we test carbon dioxide? For that, I have not discussed that when they react with metallic oxide to form metallic carbonate. Okay, let's come to test for carbon dioxide, then I'll discuss it. Test for CO2. If
a burning candle, a burning candle is there, and if we bring it or drop it down by fanning away in a gas jar containing carbon dioxide,
then candle stops burning because carbon dioxide doesn't support combustion. But a better test is
passing carbon dioxide through lime water. This experiment
video will be posted
after this video only. So we will revisit the experiment. When carbon dioxide is passed through lime water, what is lime water? Lime is common name for calcium oxide. It is also known as quicklime or just lime or quicklime. So quicklime or lime, when dissolved in water, then the solution is said to be lime water. Lime water chemically contains calcium hydroxide. So when carbon dioxide passes through calcium hydroxide or lime water, then lime water turns milky due to formation of insoluble and white substance, that is calcium carbonate. Due to formation of this insoluble white carbonate, calcium carbonate, the lime water,
which is very faintly white, becomes white or milky.
So this is a test for carbon dioxide as well, that is reaction with alkalis. One of the alkali, that is lime water, which is very faintly white or almost transparent, becomes milky white when carbon dioxide is passed through this. So
this is taken as a test for carbon dioxide.
For further confirming
what happens
when we pass carbon dioxide in plenty, means even after the entire lime water had turned milky and we still continue passing carbon dioxide, then what happens? Calcium carbonate and so the other carbonate formed in this reaction, they react further to carbon dioxide and water and form soluble bicarbonate, calcium bicarbonate. This bicarbonate is soluble. Soluble means its solution will be transparent. So when carbon dioxide is passed through lime water turns milky due to formation of calcium carbonate, and if we pass carbon dioxide in excess, then the calcium carbonate so formed further reacts with carbon dioxide and water to form calcium bicarbonate. So this is a confirmatory good test for carbon dioxide.
That's all in this video. In the next video, we will discuss uses of carbon dioxide.